All right, so we're at the round of 16 in Madrid, and ooh, Billy, the matchups are sick. The 8 matchups that we have here today, you can't find a bad one within them. We got Djokovic and Nadal both playing very good here in Madrid after the question marks coming in. I think they're both on the path to being where they want to be. But we also have all these other young guys who are playing good, and we have great matchups, like I just said. So let's review these matchups, make some predictions for who's going to be in the quarterfinals, and take a look at this crazy upcoming day, Thursday, in Madrid. Here's the slice.
Welcome to the slice.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys for being here. How are you? The Madrid action, lots has been going on. We've had WTA, ATP, full-on Masters 1000 going on. So there's been lots of action. I actually head to Rome today to get the first bit of action there in Rome, potentially get some little interviews. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss any of our content coming out here on The Slice. And new sponsor alert, Apeak Tennis, a mental training app designed specifically for tennis, is giving you a 7-day free trial. If you want to be someone who doesn't freak out on the court and lose matches because you're mentally weak like myself, you can get stronger at your own pace using the Apeak Tennis app. So click the link below for a free 7-day trial. And of course, if you're in the market for a new bag, get a Go Sport bag. You'll just be a better tennis player and you'll look way cooler even if you're not a better tennis player. So thank you guys for supporting our supporters. And we're at Mutra, Madrid Open. And like I said, we're in the rounds of 16. And there's been just a ton of storylines going so far. Let's quickly just take a little rundown. I'll put the list here of all the amazing round of 16 matchups. First up, we got Djokovic versus Murray. I think it's the 37th meeting between the two. Correct, it's the 37th meeting. And obviously one of the most storied rivalries really in the history of tennis. But the quote of the day was from Andy Murray saying, look, he's the #1 player in the world and I've got a metal hip. So he was trying to put some probably expectations on that for him. But Murray took out Shapovalov to face Djokovic, and Shapovalov hasn't really been playing. He skipped Monte Carlo and Barcelona, so he's a little bit rusty maybe, but that's a good win for Andy Murray. So, and the way he was playing in there made it look like, oh dang, this is like old school Andy Murray coming here, hitting big, ball getting through the court and moving super well, pain-free like he has been for a little while now. So Djokovic-Murray, amazing matchup. We got Hurkacz versus who beat Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who's one of the hottest players on clay. Big win for him in 3 sets. Beat up against Lajovic, who took out Casper Ruud, who's been having a horrible clay season. Casper Ruud is so sick. This is my take. Casper Ruud is so sick of the clay specialist label that he's decided to just have a better hardcourt season than clay. He's like 4-4 on clay in 2022. That's kind of hard to believe. Then we got Rafa Nadal versus David Goffin. David Goffin, nice to see him playing well again. But the big story is Nadal playing pretty good. Kecmanovic didn't really play the right style to beat Nadal, and it got pretty close there actually in the second set. But Nadal played better a little less rusty than we maybe expected. So he's looking good. I expect him to get through Goffin, but still a good matchup. And they got Cam Norrie versus Carlosito Alcaraz. Carlitos Alcaraz. Apparently, this is just in Carlos likes to be called either Carlitos or Charlie instead of Carlos. Because apparently when he was young, he was in trouble, then he'd be called Carlos by his parents. So maybe I'll just start calling him Charlie because I can pronounce that right. I don't know. But that's a great matchup. Norrie versus Alcaraz. We got Rublev versus Evans. Nothing wrong with that matchup. That's just a solid matchup. Evans played well to get through Bautista Agut. Rublev beat Draper. Then we got Grigor Dimitrov, who gave out a bagel to Diego Schwartzman versus Tsitsipas, who's one of the favorites, in my opinion, to win this title. So Dimitrov, always dangerous, always can play, but you never know how well he's going to play on the day. That's like with everyone, but I'm leaning Tsitsipas in that one. And then we just got a couple of bangers. Felix Auger-Aliassime, Canadian, finally playing well, had a crushing victory, 6-3, 6-0 over Christian Garin, is going to play Jannik Sinner for the first time in their young careers. 2 of the most touted, anticipated, hyped up young guys on tour playing each other for the first time. Sinner versus Felix. Whoever wins that match is going to get a good dose of confidence. Whoever loses makes you a little bit insecure about losing to one of their other super young guys. So that's just a great matchup. And Musetti versus Zverev to finish it off. Zverev came through Cilic in 3. Musetti's been playing great on the clay, getting his ranking back up hopefully. So that's going to be popcorn to watch. And I feel like Musetti's going to have the crowd favorite behind him, kind of, even though he's Italian, it's in Spain. I feel like he's probably got more fans behind him right now than Zverev does for many reasons. So, wow, That's a lot of names. That's a quick rundown, though, of the amazing round of 16 matchups. If I was to pick out what a quarterfinal would look like, I think it's going to be Djokovic versus Hurkacz, Nadal versus Alcaraz, Rublev versus Tsitsipas, and I'm actually going to say Sinner versus Zverev, because I think Zverev's going to pull it together. And I think Sinner might have a slight edge over FAA just because of how poor FAA has been playing on the clay so far. And Sinner just finds a way to win right now. So just based on their current form, I'm going Sinner. Also on the clay, I think Sinner is a bit better. And yeah, so that's my predictions for the quarterfinals matchups. But the big story, or one of the big thoughts is, I don't know, Alcaraz and Tsitsipas from the beginning, I said, are just as big of title contenders as Djokovic and Nadal. And the fact is, Djokovic and Nadal might play each other in the semifinals. So only one of them will be in the final. We know that. But Nadal and Djokovic are both looking very good. Like, they're both, as we expected. Djokovic is shaking off the rust. We'll see when he gets really pushed in a match. He's only played one match here in Madrid. Might happen against Murray. Might not. What are the odds that goes more than 2 sets? I don't know. Fairly good. Like maybe 10, 15% that it goes to 3 sets, I think. I'm not sure. But we'll see his fitness if he gets really pushed. I can see that happening if he plays, honestly, Lajovic or Hurkacz, but especially Hurkacz. If he can serve well in these courts, he can really do damage. And then Nadal, yeah, like who could? Like I don't think Goffman's going to stop him, but then Alcaraz, the Nadal-Alcaraz matchup. I mean, come on, like is Alcaraz the favorite with Nadal only playing this little and Carlosito are already winning Barcelona? I don't know. I think he almost might be it might be even going to that match, which is crazy because Carlos is 18 and Nadal is the greatest clay court player of all time times 10. So I don't know. You tell me. Let me know in the comment section below. That's what it's for. You give me the slice. But that's a quick look at these amazing round of 16 matchups here in Madrid. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, subscribe, like this video. It helps us a lot. And join Europass for behind-the-scenes looks when I go to Rome this week. Thank you guys for being here, and stay tuned for a WTA breakdown of the semifinals and more action from Rome.